It's me, old Six Eyes again, and I have to give you the Cliff's Notes version this time. What I would call this. Cliff's Notes version, Ancient History to the Future. Don't be a loose snack. Originally, the human race was seeded or created by divine beings and races that were known as the Lyrans, the Arcturians, the Palladians, and the Andromedans, amongst others, seated on this planet. But also the regressive races seated on planet Earth. And for a long time, they have attempted to hybridize with humanity to varying degrees of results. And I'm afraid I have to break it to you that obey that the scientism death cult originates off planet. It is not from humans in origin. We have the draconian race. And as you might have heard on the Ancient History channel, the Anunnaki race who helped to create the Nephilim. When it was said that the giants found the human women irresistible. And so that's how we have the giants here in California. I guess they're, the reason why we don't have them in South Carolina, but here is where they lived, not in the Carolinas. So, but the Anunnaki did many experiments to create us as a slave race in their minds, or servant. And there was many regressions. Some say we have 12 or 15 strands of DNA. And perhaps due to such things as what's known as the Jehovah Death Seals, the Zeta 2D4D split Death Seals. This is all information I've studied from Lisa Renee's material. And basically, the reason why we all don't experience psychic powers as a normal everyday thing, I've actually wrote my notes for the last 5 videos on the back of this Sylvia Brown book. So how's that for irony? You hear my 4-legged family in the background? They're going to, I got the laugh track made of coyotes here, people. This is what you get for watching the Nighttime 10 show. So I'm doing the Cliff's Notes version here. So what about this? What if we are a race of aliens and also originally divine ETs inhabiting hominid forms? And evolution is a lie. There's a sign that the Bible thumpers who literally stand on the soapbox with the megaphone and sometimes tell people they're sinners, sometimes use nice Bible scriptures. Several times they came with a sign that said evolution is a lie. Drop a comment. What do you think? We evolve. Some of us evolve. Some of us don't. And I'm here to help you evolve, people. I'm here to help you if you're ready, because it's getting late. So, regressives go backwards. Lucifer is a regressive archangel that got kicked out because of the narcissism, I guess. But they go backwards, okay? Bruce Jenner and, as I said, the Wachowski brothers being 3 of the people who have been through the highest level of Luciferic ritual indoctrination. Okay, so we cannot go back to normal. We cannot go back to before 2020. What about the health-replicating colonies? Very serious issue. And what I have to say to you about this is that tragically, it will not be a whole lot different than what many of you who would never have taken the experiment experience all the time, particularly here in Santa Cruz or San Francisco, LA, Seattle, New York City, Denver. You're being manipulated by the dark ones, holographically and through microwave, very advanced technology and mind control. Many of you, if not all of you, some of you have cleared it. Some of you learned how to clear it. Some of my audience may even have removed their death seals. But that's something we're going to have to get into later after I've done it. So, once you learn about all this stuff, the truth is, we can't go back in time. If time exists at all, it's linear. That's how it works to such a great hoax. But really, it's always the timeless now, but it moves. The fourth dimension moves us into the fifth dimension in this case. So, there's going to be no Nazi sons takeover of humanity. There will be no eugenicist taking over humanity, but maybe they will be able to remotely control some of my friends and family to do harm to themselves or others, just like they dreamed and their wet dreams came true halfway, because half of us would never allow this garbage to occur. And we begged you and we pleaded with you to listen to the truth and remember the Christos, and you only could take the mark of the beast because they terrified you. They said, you won't be able to keep your job. You won't be able to keep your relationship. You won't be able to keep going to school. And you didn't know Nancy Reagan's slogan was what you were supposed to do. Just say no. Always just say no to Satan. Always just say no to Lucifer. Always just say no to those who follow them. Try to do it peacefully. Try to be calm with a low-key voice. But just say no. And if you have said yes, maybe get the C60 fullerene and pray, a copy of the Tibetan Book of the Dead, and learn to make peace with yourself as much as you can now. Because it's important. It's important to make peace and to know, again, as I've said before, particularly for sure, if you took the experiment, but for all of us, don't be a loosh snack. Meditate. Respect your energy fields. I have been just as horrible about this and wonderful at other times about this as anyone. Don't let it be you. And even if it is you, learn to discern the difference. Learn to discern your thoughts and feelings. And if you have to exaggerate any feelings, how about exaggerate the love? Exaggerate your joy. But anytime you feel an artificial exaggeration of your fear or worries, or even, especially if you feel a physical, intense pressure or sensation in your body, just say no. Don't be a loose snack. Why is it that if aliens did all this, they're completely invisible and nobody has seen them? Well, there's hundreds and thousands of people who have. But just think about it. If you were a regressive, disrespectful species with advanced tech, would you want to be seen? What would be the most perfect way to take over? Infiltration, the Council of Nicaea, the MJ-12. And what do you think happened to JFK? Well, he's a Gemini who was honest. And even though the Kennedys are one of the bloodlines, 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati, ironically, they were the one that they were not going to obey for some time, for maybe a century or whatever. Their family decided to expose and say no to the devil. Again, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is still doing it. He's still standing with the courage, with the founder racists. Okay? That's what this is about. You know, and Lucifer is losing power as a result of the lockdowns, where these invisible beings broke. Look, the regressives have not been allowed to be on this planet probably for millions of years, since Lucifer's rebellion, since Atlantis, since the violent things they did in the past. Okay? So, but when you look at the lockdown and the experiments and the harm it's done and the death and sickness and massive suffering that has caused, okay? The truth is, it's over for the devil. It's over for Lucifer. It's over for the Antichrist, the Satanics, the regressives, control over this earth. Why? Because this actually is the second coming of Christ. Because this actually is the time when we bring back the memory of the future, which is that we are the family of Christos. It is us, you and me and everyone you know. And even Bill Gates has a very tiny percent. Every single body has a tiny percent of Christos, or they wouldn't have a human form. Okay? It is the Christos avatar form and original days. Yeah, they've taken away our powers, but now people are teaching us how to get them back. So yeah, this might be a normal 15-minute video, but to give you the scoop. Okay? So remember, the truth and the medicine and the healing is about learning who we really are. And then the power of the heart transcends these filthy, nasty traditions, because they don't have merit to the heart, unless you just want to suffer and torture yourself and be a masochist and die. Okay? And some people do. But again, they're obedient people. I'm here for the people who rebel against the original rebels who rebelled against Christ, the devil. Okay? Because you know inherently in your heart what I say is not made up. Okay? I'm here for those of you who remember the original purity of the Christos from a vague feeling in your heart or a strong feeling in your being. And I'm here to be with you wherever you are on this planet and say to you, you know what? It's here. It's now. Now. There's no more time for the reign of bullshit. Their time is over. The reign of truth has begun. And truth is the sovereign, harmless, respectful force with the will, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in the queendom of the Almighty, in the space where we belong, which is the place of the Almighty, which is where humanity begins to build upon a real foundation. It's not inverted and twisted and got to steal everything in an invisible con. It's really harmful. It's going to cause a lot of death and get really rich doing it. That's not humanity. I'm sorry, but I have to tell you, humanity has respect and love and knows how to live in harmlessness peace and respect and love in the future. And subscribe to this channel if you enjoy